Boys, good to see you again. Brent, Zach, how are you,
See you.
gents?
Good to see you.
Now
How are
that you're
you?
here, everything is right in the world. So we're ready to go.
We've already been singing Celine. We've had some exclusives already.
Yeah.
Brent, when
Yeah.
we talked a couple months ago, you said, "Oh yeah, things are going to chill out for a while with Shinedown. We're going to just ease back," and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, a symptom of being human just blows up as big as possible, and things couldn't be busier now once again for Shinedown. It's unbelievable.
Well, you know what, dude? To be honest with you, you had a lot to do with that. DC 101 had a lot to do with that. So thank you very much for keeping the train rolling.
We will always support Shinedown every day,
Thank
of course, man. Always. No, it's cool that the song, it's not just on DC 101 now, but you guys were on Z100 the other day. You're on radio stations everywhere getting
Yeah.
played, not just with, Foo Fighters and Red Hot Chili Peppers and everything, but crazy to think you're with Taylor Swift and Beyonce now, and Shinedown is doing that. That's a huge deal, man. That big crossover, that's a big one.
Right where we belong, next to Swift and Beyonce. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it feels really good to have a song, and also just to give the song a bigger audience. We think the song deserves that. So I think it means a lot to us to have all these people picking up on it, and it's really cool, especially this far into the record to have it like it just won't stop, which is amazing. That's what you want for any of your records.
But I will tell you this, a lot of it has to do with terrestrial radio, hands down. I mean, this was not something that I think we're a student of promotion. I mean, listen, in the world of Shinedown Radio built this band. And, we're known for touring relentlessly and things of that nature, but developing those relationships and being able to cross formats and make it not about rock music, alternative music, country music, rap music, pop music. It should be about all music. And if you have a song that transcends, multiple audiences, allow the song to get out there into the world and see how people receive it. And honestly, the fact of the matter is that it's astounding to see how people have really gravitated towards this particular song. But also, all these formats have really embraced this, and we're very, very lucky to do what we do and to have this opportunity.
Well, I saw you had said, Zach, that, and I'm sure you agree with this too, Brent. A good song is a good song, and keep your mind open to everything because that helps you guys to not just get new audiences, but hey, if we hear this song, why don't we try something out like that? Why don't we give it a shot? Let's see what happens. Why not?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that stands with any genre of music. I think the song matters the most. If you have a good song, if someone has a good song, it doesn't matter what genre it's on. If you're like, oh, I only listen to country music, but you hear a good rock song, you're like, okay, I like this song. I think limiting yourself is always weird. I think that happens less and less now, though. I think when I was a kid, it was like I'd hear people go, I like every kind of music except for country, and it's like, what? Why?
The other
I
thing
love
too,
country music.
the other thing is also like we came from, our upbringing was we listened to all kinds of music. Like
Mm-hmm.
pop radio just meant popular for the time.
Yeah.
You could hear Poison and Whitney Houston on the same station back in the day, like when I was growing up. And I think that you're seeing that kind of open itself up to uh, the audiences now. I think that it really does come down to the songs and what people relate to and if they like it or not. And also there's no born on date anymore. It doesn't matter when a song came out. Like if it hits you, then it hits you. We see like what happened with Kate Bush and Metallica on Stranger Things,
Journey.
Journey, all these different things that, even Taylor Swift, Cruel Summer is at this point I think 5 or 6 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just an enormous. All of her songs are enormous, but even that, it's you don't have to necessarily go, well, that record came out like 5 years ago, or well, that album, this song is off of a record that came out 2 years ago. So what? Do people like the song? Is it relatable? Do people want to hear it? I think that's really what matters.
It's kind of like how like with fashion things come back in cycles and everything, so
Yeah.
why not music or movies or anything? If you like it, if you discover it, if you dig it, your friends do, go for it. Why not? Nothing has to have an age limit on it. It's not like bad milk that you throw out from the fridge.
Yeah, I love the fact that a song could have been a single 20 years ago and now it's a single again. Like, I think that's kind of where we're headed with music. I think that's where it should be. You know what I mean? It's like, guess there's a whole new audience that hasn't heard that song. It was released 20 years ago. So I love that. I love that, like, especially with the, like Brent said, the Stranger Things thing with the Kate Bush song. the Metallica thing when they played Journey Separate Ways and they like remixed it. That song went to #1 again. A
Hmm.
Journey song that's 40 something years old.
Yeah.
Like that's
I mean, even
wild.
Disturbed is having a global
Yeah, the
with
Sound of
sound.
Silence to get a resurgence.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's like the #1 song on the global chart, like for 2 weeks in a row, which is extraordinary and awesome. The other thing too is this: I get the whole process of being creative, and like if you know you're studio ready all the time, and you're in there and you're making music and you're coming up with things. But sometimes when you're in there all the time and you're just like writing and writing and writing, if you don't give yourself a break from it and go out and experience more of life, go on tour, or just go out and experience life, it starts sounding the same.
Yeah.
And the reality is that when we go in and do a record, we're really focused in at that point in time on what do we want to say now. We try not to write the same record over and over again, and we do our best to not write the same song twice.
With how big a Symptom of Being Human has gotten, guys, has this thrown off plans for this year? Because I know I had seen you're going to start writing a new album like in probably a couple months. That hasn't really diverted that timeline or anything, has it?
No, I think the only thing that changed is we maybe would have started writing like this month or last month.
Hmm.
Other than that, it hasn't really changed the plans much. I think we'll still make it a priority to get in and start writing in the next 2 months for sure.
Very cool. Very cool. I didn't realize we're almost out of time here, guys. So let me hit you with a couple quick ones. Zach, I got to hear about Rock Boat. It looked like you had the best time on there. You were hanging out with everyone. You were playing with Alan Mack, Myers Moore. Just, I mean, that looks like such a fun time jamming out and being with all your friends at sea for a couple days.
It was super fun. It feels like almost like a Parrot Head type thing where everyone's just there to have a good time, get along. I played with 7 bands in one day.
Wow.
Yeah, I played with the Struts. I played with Sister Hazel. It was a lot for one day, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. That thing is such a good vibe, truly. Like it's like everyone's there to have a good time. No one really harasses you when you're walking around. And now the boats are built different, so you do have a private artist area if you never want it. But like we call it men of the boat. When me and my buddies go do it, we are men of the boat. If I'm gonna get on this vessel with other people, I'm gonna be around other. And it was so much fun. We had a good time. It was great.
That's cool. Have you guys ever considered a Shinedown vacation? You did a cruise years ago, right? Like way back in the
This
day?
one and the last one, yeah, we call it. Yeah.
Okay.
I've tried. You know what's funny is I talked Brandon to doing the rock boat one time, and then they had already by the time he got back to me with his answer, they had already had to book a headliner. But we were going to do Smith and Myers on the rock boat. But we've definitely talked about a destination thing, and I think that's something that I want to bring up in the very near future. But yeah, like Mexico or something like that, butted up to Luke Bryan's or Hooties that they do, and they take over that whole resort that's super
Hmm.
nice. I think that would work better for us doing a destination thing. I think our fans would really enjoy that, and we could put bands that we love on it, comedians, etc.
Couple days in the sun, good times. That doesn't
Yeah,
sound like a bad deal at
5
all.
days in Mexico, nothing wrong with that.
Um, Brent, I'm glad you let Zach put up that picture for your birthday a couple weeks ago. Why are
I
you
don't
on a
know if he
couch?
let me.
What?
I don't know if he let me.
Yes.
For anyone
Yes.
that doesn't know, Brent's on a couch in his underwear, title belt strategically covering some parts.
Yeah.
Fantastic, dude. If that's not on a Shinedown shirt or at least a surprise in
It'll
the
probably
next
be on a
album,
tour pad.
I love that. That
probably
is
be on
so
It'll be all
good.
access,
Yeah,
definitely.
it was a yeah. Hey, listen, I've posted so many birthday things for him and written so many like long diatribes about our relationship. I was like, you know what? Let's just give him the goods, man. Let's see this man in all of his glory. And listen, I didn't post anything that was unflattering. He looked great in every photo.
This man is translucent.
Yeah.
Like this
Other
man
than the
has
fact
not
that-
seen the sun since 1986.
Other than the fact that his skin looks like this door back here, like nothing was really embarrassing.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I'm sorry, Brent. I'm gonna have to put it up with our interview here too. I'm
Bring
gonna have
it
to
on,
share that
man.
with everyone.
Bring it.
You know,
I welcome it.
full
there-
transparency and translucency.
Yeah.
Guys, before we go, of course, always got to say thanks for everything with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I know we've been talking about some stuff off the air and everything, so we're looking forward to big things. And the library sessions was awesome
later
back in
this year, yeah.
November. And, you know, I see Papa Roach's involvement too. So, guys, always thank you so much. And I can't wait to do big things again this year.
100%.
Absolutely. Thanks, man. Thanks for your time.
Thank
dude.
you so much for everything.